Okay, so the job is basically done at this point. Let's say that we sent that affidavit to our client and they signed off on it. So now we need to invoice them. So let's scroll down to the bottom. We'll open up our invoice here. So you can see right now we just have a blank invoice. I'm going to go ahead and edit the invoice. And let's add some products. So these are products that I previously saved into ServeManager. If you have services that you consistently charge your clients for, you can save those in ServeManager, and then they'll appear in this list for you to select on invoices. So I'm going to select routine service fee, and I'm also going to select my rush service add-on fee, and I'm going to add these to my invoice. You can also add blank rows to your invoice as well. So for example, if we had just a miscellaneous charge we wanted to add here, we could enter that. You can see as I update the cost and quantity, it automatically updates my totals, and now we have a new balance due here as well. Below that is the terms of payment. You can edit that here. You can also save a default terms of payment under account settings as well. Once you're done editing the invoice, you simply save it. Right now, the invoice is still set to a draft, so we need to issue the invoice and start the clock ticking on it. So let's go ahead and click on Issue, and we get a few options. We can issue it only, we can issue and print it, or we can issue and email it. So if I click on Issue and Email, I get to select who I send the invoice to, and then I can customize the email message that's sent to that person. So that sends them an email with a link to the invoice, which they can view in their browser, or they can print a PDF, and then they can make a payment. I'd also like to point out that our invoice does fit into a standard number 9 double window envelope. So if you go out and buy that envelope, you won't need to print any labels or write on the envelope. Your return address and the mailing address will show up right in those two windows. Once the client has sent us a payment, we can apply that payment. Right now, we don't have a payment gateway, but it's definitely something we'll be exploring. So at some point, there might be a way for your client to click on a link and then pay you right online. But at the moment, you would go ahead and use your current workflow of accepting a check via the mail or a credit card over the phone. Once you've gotten that payment, you can click on Apply. It brings in our full total right here, but we can edit that and enter a partial payment, which would leave the invoice open. Then we can enter the payment type and any other notes that we have, and then we can apply that payment. You can see the payment right there, and now our balance